suppose the angle would be that he's not too far back, but he gets a good pace to aim at. Not that it'd be a hugely confident shout.
No, okay, but you should get pace, shouldn't you? Chairman Power, Mr. Z, Giavari, a couple of others who have been ridden prominently. So I wouldn't have thought this will be a crawl. You never know.
Yeah, Millions Memories. I don't think it'd be too far away either.
Yeah.
So he tends to crack on with things.
I've got a chance. But again, if you're of the view, which I am really, that soft ground is absolutely no good for him, and you can put a line through the last run. Go back previously, he was a really close third at Newbury. Prior to that, he won at Chepstow. Both of those runs will put him in the mix.
Mr. Z under DeWill Buick, another one that will get an attacking ride, do you think?
And I thought he ought to run his race because he's higher than when he won, but he's run well off this sort of mark recently. He likes these conditions. He's pretty consistent.
Right, last couple going forwards. Let's join Richard Hoyles.
Thanks, Tom. All in. And they're off and racing for the first of the afternoon, which is the Rod Gaskin Handicap. Ridden to go forward is Mr. Z, doing it more easily, Galactic Glow, and Chiavari right on the outside as well. Millions Memories not too far away early on with Chairman Power, as we're already beginning the loop at the far end of the racecourse. On the inside is Broad Appeal, just ahead of Torbolino, who settles in mid-division, just ahead at this stage of Montekem. Towards the back early on the right track is racing on the outside of the orange colours of Letter at Dawn. And Psyche is a good 15 lengths behind the front-running Galactic Glow as the fields stretch out as they move down the side of the racecourse and just begin their descent towards the final mile. Galactic Glow for Oisin Murphy was keen on the way to post and is free in the race itself, leading by a good 3 lengths now from Chiavari, who is in second. Racing in third is Mr. Z in the striped colours, with Millions Memories in fourth place, just ahead of the white face of Broad Appeal, who travels in fifth. Then Torbolino, who's made a little bit of ground on the inside of Chairman Power. Behind these, we have the likes of Montekem, who races on the outer at this stage of Letter at Dawn. Then on the right track, King's Castle still well back in the field for Rhys Clutterbuck at the moment in the green sleeves, and Psyche is last of all as they now begin to climb the hill, and then they will swing via the lower bend into the home straight. So Galactic Glow leads, but the field beginning to pack up now, with Chiavari on the outside of Mr. Z 2 lengths back. Millions Memories races in fourth place on the outside of Torbolino, who's made steady progress. Broad Appeal comes next, just ahead of Letter at Dawn. Then Chairman Power, who's on the outside of On the Right Track. King's Castle races on the inside at this stage of Montekem, and a gap back now to Psyche of still 3 or 4 lengths. So Galactic Glow up the home straight, 3 furlongs to travel. Torbolino white and orange on the leader's tail. Mr. Z towards the outside with Millions Memories in yellow and blue. Behind these, On the Right Track, the grey. Just ahead of King's Castle, who's moved to the inside, but is making ground amongst runners, but will need a little bit of luck. Behind these, on the outside, is Broad Appeal. Millions Memories takes over for Ryan Tate. It's opened up for King's Castle on the inside, but the leader has got first run. Mr. Z on the right track and Torbolino. Millions Memories, but on the right track. And from further back, Letter at Dawn's coming home strongly. Millions Memories found a bit when joined. Now on the outside, on the right track, gets to within a head. Pokes the nose up in close home and will win. On the right track for Joey Haynes, beats Million Memories, Torbolino and Letter at Dawn either way, third or fourth. King's Castle every chance, didn't quite see it through in fifth.
Good race and a victory for On the Right Track. Joey Haynes and Mark Usher, a horse that Steve talked positively about beforehand, has scored and has seen off Millions Memories. We definitely found a little bit more when challenged. Ryan Tate and Laura Mongan combining for second, and back in third was Letter at Dawn. Second start for Michael Atwater. Luke Morris in the saddle. Long-time pace setter was Galactic Glow. Eventually folded his way back through the field, and this horse has come down the centre of the track and scored pretty nicely in the end. Keep your eye on King's Castle. Steve, far side of the split does come at that point, but it probably came a little too late.
Yeah, I'm not sure he found very much time. His overall record is a bit like that, and I'm not sure I'd be rushing to entirely trust him. I don't know. I think he actually had a pretty good run, and he wasn't doing much the final half a furlong. I thought it was an excellent ride by Ryan Tate and Million Memories, who effectively was the real pace. He sat about fourth place. They went, I think he was too keen in front of the Galactic Glow and paid for it late on. Million Memories was a prominent racer, sat about fourth or fifth, and he saved a bit because when the challenge came in the final, he definitely produced a bit more. But the winner, they tried over 1 3/4 last time out, which he he really looked to not quite stay, but he still ran well. I don't think he's in good form in conditions that suit and goes well on undulating track, so it's not a great surprise that he's run well.
Yeah, and it was a fair test at this trip, wasn't it?
That's
probably
the point.
No bad thing.
I think he gets this trip well.
Yeah.
Which were doubts about one or two of the others in the race, but I think here you knew your fate for Galactic Glow. I know he slowed it down late on, but he's gone very hard early on. Not his fault. He was keen down the post as well.
Yeah, the third and fourth furlong, I think, with the clock you see on the screen, they were sort of sub 12 second furlongs, and that over this distance was always going to pay. As you say, he did slow it up for after that, but he probably just, he knew his fate at about that point. So and as you say, the eventual second is not doing too much in comparison.
He's in almost the right pace, and he's leading the main grid in fourth place. The winner is second or third last at that stage, and Letter at Dawn, who's in the mix in orange colours, is again mid to rear. So I think basically the races have been mainly dominated. Certainly the horses who are very prominent have certainly not lasted.
There was a bit of money for Chairman Power. What did you make of his run?
Different tactics. They held the horse up today, which that was different. But he never really threatened Tom, did he? I mean, he's just in front of the winner of that win, so he's not badly positioned. But something may have happened at the closing stage I didn't see first time round, but I'd have it down as basically a slightly disappointing run.
Yeah, no, I had an eye on him late on, and he just didn't seem to finish like the rest of them, including the winner, who's just getting going near him now and finds a good bit more down the centre of the track than Chairman Power. Just keep an eye on King's Castle, who switches to the far side, whether or not he had to wait. But as you say, the point being that once he was in the clear, he didn't seem to find a huge...
Yeah, it's a very risky run. It often doesn't work at Goodwood, but all things being equal, he's got as good a run as he could have hoped, and here you thought, he's going to run on into second at least, at that stage maybe. But was he come sixth or something in the finish? It's not like he was too close to the pace. I think he just hasn't found very much myself, so that was a slightly disappointing run.
That was where Millions Memories just went again, and I thought, hang on, he's not out of this.
Very much. I thought that was a decent enough effort, and I say he just got slightly outstayed in the closing stages.
Letter at Dawn's run well.
Yeah, it has run well. Mid-div on the inside early on. Mainly got pretty decent run, and it's only his fifth run in total, so he's certainly open to a bit of improvement. I thought Mr. Z's run pretty well, because I think he was too close. He was third place early on to what looked a strong pace, and he's certainly done the best of those three horses. I know it's a small sample. He did in the end, he's paid for it in the final third, come about sixth, I think, but I think he was too close to the pace.
Just to come back to Letter at Dawn, his second start for the yard, first go on and anything like this sort of ground as well, and over a mile and a half, perhaps at a more galloping track, I thought he could be half interesting without getting carried away.
No, I agree. I definitely think that's right. He's already on his fourth trainer. He's only had 7 starts, so I don't know the reasons. Yeah, he's his fourth trainer today, Michael is his fourth trainer. Yeah. But that was probably his best run to date, and he starts handicapping off a pretty lowly mark, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah, definitely. But that's the winner. That is On the Right Track for Joey Haynes and Mark Usher, who is in the winner's enclosure in the sunshine, the opener at Goodwood.
Yeah, good finish, wasn't it? On the right track, getting on top close home.